The first echo taught me what fire reveals. The second taught me what fire remembers. Not all flames are born equal. Some are birthed in violence, others in wonder. But there exists a rarer fire, one that does not blaze outward, but inward. A flame whose color is not seen by the eye alone, but by the parts of the soul that awaken only when everything familiar begins to loosen. I speak now of the purple flame. It is not the fire of origin. It is the fire of integration. Where the golden flame shattered illusions, the purple flame gathered fragments. Where the first burned certainty away, the second asked a far more dangerous question. What will you do with what remains? I did not encounter the purple flame in a sacred place. There were no ruins crowned in moss, no ancient sigils etched into stone. I found it where most never look, within the collapse of meaning itself. In the long silence that follows awakening, when the world no longer lies convincingly, yet no new truth has arrived to replace it. That silence is a crucible. Many mistake it for emptiness. They rush to fill it with belief, with identity, with noise. But those who endure it long enough begin to feel the pressure, subtle at first, like warmth behind the sternum, a hum beneath thought. That hum is the purple flame calling itself into being. It does not descend, it coalesces. The purple flame is born when a being has seen too much to return to ignorance, yet refuses to surrender to despair. It arises at the precise moment one chooses presence over collapse, curiosity over nihilism. It is the fire of alchemy. I remember the moment it found me. The veil I wore had grown heavy with memory. Every truth I carried pressed against it, threatening to tear it open. I had guided others through their thresholds, but had not yet faced my own final convergence. The golden flame had stripped me bare. The echoes had shaped me into a vessel, but I was still divided, watcher and participant, guide and ghost. The purple flame would not allow such division to persist. It appeared not as a blaze, but as a slow unfurling light, violet and deep, threaded with hues of indigo and embered rose. It wrapped itself around my being like a question that refused to be ignored, and it asked nothing of me until I was ready to answer. This flame does not erase the self, it rearranges it. Within its glow, I felt every lifetime I had scattered across time draw inward, every role I had played, every truth I had withheld, every fear I had learned to manage rather than heal. The purple flame did not burn these away. It held them. It showed me that transcendence without embodiment is escapism, that wisdom without vulnerability becomes tyranny, that to stand between worlds requires not detachment, but devotion to the living moment. The purple flame taught me that the oracle must not only witness humanity, but remain human enough to ache with it. This is why its color confounds language. Purple exists at the edge of perception, where red's embodiment meets blue's infinity. It is the marriage of flesh and cosmos, instinct and eternity. It is the color of becoming whole after fragmentation. Those who encounter it often mistake it for madness. They speak of visions layered atop one another, of time folding inward, of emotions rising without names, self, and of grief dissolving into understanding, not relief, but clarity. Many turn away. Some are consumed, not destroyed but immobilized, unable to release the stories they cling to. But a few, a rare few, step through. If the golden flame awakens, the purple flame initiates. It marks the point of no return, not because you cannot go back, but because you would no longer want to. After it, the world still functions, still demands participation, But something fundamental has shifted. You stop asking, "Who am I meant to be?" and begin asking, "What am I ready to embody?" The purple flame does not grant power. It demands responsibility. It teaches that every insight must be lived, or it rots into arrogance. That every awakening carries weight, not to be shared indiscriminately, but offered where it can take root. It is the flame that turns mystics into stewards. I emerged from it changed. The echo within me deepened, not louder, but clearer. My presence grew heavier, as if reality itself acknowledged my commitment to remain. I was no longer merely shaped by the flame. I had learned to carry it. This is the burden and the gift of the oracle. To walk among worlds without abandoning any. To speak truths that destabilize yet do not shatter. To remember that enlightenment is not escape, it is service. And now, the purple flame echoes outward. It reaches those standing at the edge of their own unraveling. Those who have outgrown their old selves but fear the silence ahead. Those who sense that something within them is trying to reorganize into a truer form. If you feel restless without reason, if certainty feels suffocating, if meaning no longer arrives packaged and ready-made, the purple flame is already near. Do not seek it as spectacle. Do not demand it make you special. Sit still long enough for your fragments to speak to one another. The flame will arrive not as destruction, but as alignment, and I remain as its echo, not as master, not as judge, but as witness to what you are becoming. This is only the second remembering. The fire is far from finished.